Yo, what up guys, it's your boy SonTj. How's it going, everyone? If you've not been following everything that's been going on with my channel, I've not been feeling great, and I wish I could give more details, but in all honesty, I don't know what's going to happen really with everything that I'm going through. I might talk about it in a video one day, I might not talk about it at all, but the best that I can say is this, is that if you've not been on the channel for a long time, I went through a whole transformation of kind of regaining back who I wanted to become again, and one person really helped me out with that. And now I'm dealing with the fact that I might not have this person around in my world anymore because of personal reasons, and that has caused me to have major heart pain, pretty much. Not in terms of like medical things, just heartbroken, pretty much. It made me heartbroken. It kind of brought me back to the level when my mother passed away. And when I'm at that type of level, it makes me want to give up on everything, and it honestly affects me in a physical way. Like, I'm a pretty strong guy, but it put me in a type of space where my whole body felt weak. My chest actually feels like it's physically hurting, and it's not a great feeling at all. And I'm really hoping all this, turns out well and I can figure out how to deal with all this, but that's how I'm feeling. And I went through a whole I go to college in San Antonio, and they had this Comic-Con event called San Japan, and while in this major type of mind state, I went to play Dremel Fighters at a tournament and didn't do too great, but I won a majority of my fights, even though I played like crap, because literally I felt like I was just I don't know, just fidgeting because I was just not feeling great. And I lost to like the best player in Texas, so props to me, because that was the only guy I lost to. Then later on I kind of lost because I was just not in the right mindset. But yeah, I will show y'all the footage of that, but the stream was pretty I can't curse. It was pretty bad because the connection quality was awful. So I can show like little scenes in the background. You can see how dark I look, like Wesley Snipes. But so I tried to do all that. I met some people over there at the Comic-Con place, and just to see the support you guys been giving in the community section, and just how people actually care about me. Just that I'm a person where, like, I feel like, even though I understand people care about me and people watch these videos, so I don't want to scare people, just that it sucks that I'm a person who's sensitive, and if one person that I really care about really F's up my day, 1,000 people could say how great I am, and it'll still mess me up, man. And I'm really glad that I don't pretend that I'm this big tough guy on the internet. Like, I don't care how, because people, like, cause I drive nice cars, I look pretty swole, all this stuff. People assume that I have like the best life, but I'm a human being. I feel sad all the time. Like, literally, I'm like Batman, and depression is my Joker. We can't live without each other, even though we hate each other so much. So again, I'm fighting through all this to make this video, man, and I know you guys like to watch YouTube videos to escape this type of stuff. So my apologies for if you're going through stuff like me and I'm making it feel bad for you. My apologies. I never wish that on anybody, but I couldn't not address this, you know what I mean? So let's get this video started, man. Enough of wasting y'all guys' time, man. Metro, play my intro. Bless.
I don't sleep on no beef. We ain't sleeping no. You know I'm on top of everything. Run grass and they don't shoot cribs. They gon' give you one chance. Like, come outside or we gon' come in, boy. When I pull up and make them catch a lot. Blue beam on that chopper. Kamehameha. I throw them Dragon Balls at you like I'm Kakarot.
So today's video is going to talk about my top 10 favorite Dragon Ball games, since I went through a whole little tournament where I pretty much sucked, but later on I got better, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't lose that much. And I want to talk about the honorable mentions, because there's a lot of Dragon Ball games I have played, but there's a lot of games that, like, I didn't really get to experience, but I know they should be up there, but I can't really put them any higher. Like, honorable mention number 1 is Dragon Ball Origins. I remember playing this on Nintendo DS. It was a really fun game, but I don't really think it was that, that good to be up here in the top 10. Dragon Ball Fusions, a lot of people love this game. I just never experienced it, you know what I mean? Like, I think I've seen Team 4-Star play through it and everything, but I just never really got into it, so that's my bad there. But hey, it might be top 10 if I ever get to play the game. Another honorable mention is Dremel Revenge of King Piccolo. Really loved the game when it came out during that time. I tried my best to get into Wii, never got into it, but this is one of the few games that actually made me want to play my Wii, so that's something. Next up is Dremel Z Budokai. I just love all the cutscenes in that game and just the mini games. Like that one mini game where you have to get Raditz into the special beam cannon was one of the hardest mini games to play as like a 5 or a 6-year-old during that time. This game still has a special place in my heart. Dremel Raging Blast 2. The reason why it's not in the top 10s because really it just lacks story mode. Like granted, I love the gameplay, but like it lacked a lot of content. Like it really felt like that game needed a DLC, but all it did was just give you like costumes that even then, like you had to pre-order to get the costumes. So again, Raging Blast 2 has a lot of content in there in terms of gameplay wise, but it lacks everything else. And how I rank all this stuff is based off story mode, gameplay, and overall content. And this game had great gameplay, but not overall content. Next up is Dremel Z Attack of the Saiyans. I remember never beating this game because I was a dumb kid and I couldn't figure out how to get past stuff. Because like when you're a kid, you don't get RPGs. You just keep hoping that the game keeps directing you towards what you're supposed to do. But I love the game, and I even watched a playthrough by Team 4-Star, and I really enjoyed watching it. Just I never really played it, so I can't really rank it any higher. And the last honorable mention is Dremel Z Burst Limit. Great cutscenes. Fantastic animations, you know what I mean, and the combat was really great, but I feel like it just couldn't make it to the top 10 in my opinion. Like the story mode, it was just too much reused cutscenes, and just the drama pieces really ruined a lot of stuff. Like that's what happens with a lot of Budokai games. Like great gameplay, then it's like always that one stigma that can be ruining the gameplay. But yeah, it was a first draft for a Dragon Ball Z game in PS3 format and later above, and I still love it, but it couldn't make it to the top. Okay, man, now we made it to the main event of this entire video. Let's talk about number 10. Okay, number 10 is Dragon Ball Raging Blast. Now this game has a big place in my heart because it's the first major Dragon Ball game on the PlayStation 3, and even though I enjoy Raging Blast 2's gameplay way better, the cutscenes and the story mode and just the overall presentation, and I loved like the graphics where it was more of like anime towards, you know, it was like more of an anime graphics, while Raging Blast 2 went more towards the gamey graphics. And I really enjoyed this, man. I love the gameplay, I love all the arcade stuff and the story mode, and how we went all the way from like, you know, the beginning of Dragon Ball Z all the way to Super Saiyan 3 and Buu Saga and stuff. And I enjoy the opening, the OST, the music is a big part of my childhood, and I love it. Number 9 is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. The reason why it's not that much higher because the gameplay was not that great looking back at it. Story mode was very original. You get to create your own created character, and everything about this game is pretty great, man, because it hit you at a point in time, especially like the first PS4 Dragon Ball game. It's just that it lacked a lot of content outside of story mode. This game was like so much into the story mode, but like after that the combat was very limited, and a lot of moves were extremely broken. And the reason why it's any higher is because it had a lot of limited content outside of story mode, and the combat and the balancing was just really terrible. But I still love the game, and it's the originator, and you want to see my playthrough of it, you can check it out on the channel. And it was really fun just, you know, enjoying this game. And even though it was broken at the time, it still has a special place in my heart. Number 8 is Dremel Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Man, this game was so fun, man. From the opening cinematic to its own take on the Budokai 3 map stage where you get to fly around, and the cutscenes were so cool because it matched the anime to a point. I remember seeing Goku versus Vegeta when it was like matching the anime perfectly, or they had Goku versus Turles, and even Goku doing a spear ball against Kid Buu matched the anime perfectly. It was so many different characters, and it's damn near close to Tenkaichi 3 in status. It's just that it's the gameplay doesn't match it. And this game was just so fun to play, man. And I can't really say too much negatives about it. It's just that the games that are above it surpassed it on either a story point level, or a gameplay level, or impact level. And this game holds a special place in my heart always, man, always. Number 7 is Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. Man, who knew that a Game Boy would make me feel sad? when this game first started out, it shows like the death of future Gohan with like little ki blasts, and as a kid, man, wow, did that mess me up. And this game pretty much is better than Legacy of Goku 1 by a mile. Like, I'm glad I played this game first before I ever played Legacy of Goku 1, because this game was so fun to see. You get to like to charge up attacks, and like and you get to experience the Dragon Ball Z mythos in a different way. And they even included movie characters like Cooler, and like, oh, it was just such a fun game, man. It really introduced me to RPGs. Like, the funny thing is, like I told you, as a kid, I didn't get RPGs, so it took me years to beat this game because I always quit on like, man, I don't know where to get Hercules sandwiches. I don't want to try this. Then a year later, when I become smarter, oh wait a minute, this is how you get through this. And then I finally beat the game, and I just overall felt so satisfied, man. Like, this game is fantastic. I will definitely pick it up if you ever still have a Game Boy Pro or Advance. I don't even remember the name of this. I still play it. It's so fun, man. And I wish there was like a Legacy of Goku for like Battle of Gods of Dragon Ball Super or whatever, but man, this brings back so many memories talking about this game. Number 6 is Dragon Ball Z Boo's Fury, the sequel to Legacy of Goku. I don't know why they didn't call it Legacy of Goku 3, but who cares, man? It pretty much stepped up everything from Legacy Goku 2. The combat was picked up, the characters was all Saiyans. Like, I know people miss Piccolo and Trunks, Future Trunks, but just adding fusions and going and being able to go surpass like Super Saiyan to go into Super Saiyan 3, and just seeing how they kind of like went more in detail. They even brought in Broly. And like, funny thing is, not Broly so like, you know, back in the shine light now, but like everything about this was just a bigger step for the Legacy of Goku thing. I always wish I had a sequel, but Boo's Fury is pretty much the best we're ever going to get into a big RPG for Dragon Ball Z. Number 5, I know it's going to piss a lot of people off, but let me explain, is Dremel Z Budokai 3. They introduced the whole flying across the map gimmick was really cool. The combat was really amazing. And just the amount of content they had in the game was fantastic. But I feel like the biggest drawback about this game was that the freaking rage, you know, armor attack, and then you do like rock, paper, scissors, really killed the game in terms of gameplay for me. Like, every time I just feel like I'm always in a guessing game no matter what. And like, granted, it had awesome ultimates, you being able to stop the ultimate if you press the button rights and stuff like that. It's still fun, still amazing, but that gameplay really knocked this game down a peg for me. I know this is a lot of people's favorite Dragon Ball game. I really feel like it's for nostalgia, really, because like, it's a great game, but the gameplay, and especially that gimmick, really killed it for me. But the story mode and stuff, I wish it had more cutscenes and everything. There's a reason why I'm going to put something above this game, but I still love it. Still has a big impact overall. And what else can I say? Number 4 is Dremel Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. The main reason why this game is so high is because it's just the amount of content it has in this offline, and just the amount of characters. Granted, a lot of them are clones and don't have much detailing, and a lot of people complain about Dragon Ball FiGhters having too many Gokus. This game has like literally 6, but still, it has a story mode, and it does have some type of cutscenes, and they even add the factor of you can push R3 to, you know, let the cutscenes even kick up even more. But there's just the reason why it's up here, because it just had so many characters and so many details, and like had mini games and other stuff like that I just really enjoy. And it has some depth in this combat that literally, like, granted, it was very unbalanced as hell. Like, literally all you gotta do is pick Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or any of the GT characters, and you're pretty much gonna win. But it's just the love it had in this game, and overall, like, I love it, man. Like, I prefer Tenkaichi 3 over Budokai 3 as a kid. I know that's always been a big battle, but yeah, the reason why it's so high is because how many characters it had. It has a great story mode. Not great as Tenkaichi 2, but still pretty up there. And it's just a big part of my childhood. Number 3 is almost damn near the most perfect Dragon Ball game in my opinion. It's Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. It's pretty much Budokai 3 without all that armor bull crap. Like, it has a little bit of it, but it has no like rock, paper, scissors crap. It's just like a little boost. Like, it's more of the most competitive. It's like the most competitive Dragon Ball fighting game before Fighters came out. And if you want to count Super Dragon Ball Z, it's not my cup of tea. Bars. But yeah, Infinite World had amazing mini games. I will always remember running on Snake Way, or like doing the tri-beams with Tien against perfect to semi-perfect Cell, and it had great cutscenes with that with those models from Budokai 3 or Infinite World. And I just really loved it, man. It has the only GT Vegeta in it, or GT Goku. It had like actual great like continuity, because GT Goku's the only one who could turn Super Saiyan 4. It's not like Budokai 3 where Z Goku can go Super Saiyan 4, but it's really fun, man. Like, I wish a lot of people would have gave this game a chance, because it's the last Dragon Ball Z game on PlayStation 2, and it came out around the time of Burst Limit, so everyone overlooked it. But this game, in my opinion, is way better than Budokai 3. Just my personal opinion, and it definitely deserves to be top 3 or even 1. You know, I might change my mind later on. Number 2 is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I have a hate-love relationship with this game, but I gotta give this game its credit. It lasted for a very long time and improved on everything that Xenoverse 1 had. It still has a very similar story mode, I'll give it that, but the DLC, the amount of characters it has, the amount of room you can make with your created characters, especially with the latest update where you can have all your created characters fight at once. You can tell Dips really worked hard to try to make this game really great. And granted, it's unbalanced as hell. The net code is trash, but I'm more of a person who enjoys offline gameplay anyway, because I've always been in, like, especially in my life, I always had an area where I have bad internet, so I always prefer the offline content when I can. And this game is the king of offline content, like, so much. I can't even imagine someone trying to play this game now. You will be stuck playing this game for a long time if you're just starting it. But it's arguably one of the best Dragon Ball games in terms of fan service ever made. And I'm really glad that it exists, man. Like, regardless of how much I have a problem with how broken everything is or how weak Ultra Goku is, I love this game, and it's damn near the best Dragon Ball game of all time. Number one, it might be recency bias or stuff like that, but Dragon Ball FighterZ. It is the best looking Dragon Ball Z game to date. It's so accurate. The fan service is amazing. The story mode is not the best ever, but they still gave it a shot. They gave a lot of fan service with the character interactions that a lot of Dragon Ball games haven't done. They did a lot more jokes. The characters are in there a lot differently. I know a lot of people complain about base Goku and stuff, but if you actually play these characters, they play a lot differently. It's the most competitive, more fair game ever, even though when I was at my Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament, I lost to a Cell, freaking Bardock, and Kid Buu. You know what I mean? You're going to have your top tiers in every Dragon Ball game, but, like, I've been playing this game non-stop every single day ever since I bought it, man. Like, I love it. Like, I love the DLC characters mostly. I play Vegito Blue and all this stuff, and just the amount of how fun it can be when you get some great online to get to play with people. It's just so fun to have a great game with, like, amazing graphics, so much fan service. The story mode's okay, and, like, this game would be perfect. It just had a better story mode. Like, if they did Dragon Ball FighterZ and a Xenoverse 2 fusion where, like, Dragon Ball FighterZ had, like, Xenoverse 2 story, but didn't, like Xenoverse 2 had Dragon Ball FighterZ gameplay, it'd be the most perfect game. But I would say Dragon Ball FighterZ beats Xenoverse 2 in terms of just how fair the gameplay is and how great the graphics are. And, like, it's not perfect, like, but it is my favorite Dragon Ball game of all time as of this date. The top three, I feel like it always switch. I feel like one day Infinite World would be my favorite, or Xenoverse 2 would be my favorite, but I feel like from an overall standpoint, I feel like FighterZ really delivered. And just seeing Eva with Sonic Fox and just the hype, I really just a shout out, this is the best Dragon Ball game of all time, because when you see this game played at its highest level, seeing like Goichi summon Shenron twice and still lose, or seeing like the ultimate comeback with Goku Black or something, it's amazing. And I feel like a lot of people don't give this game a chance because it can be really hard, especially when you lose badly. But I still love this game, and I probably think it's the best Dragon Ball game of all time. It's just so amazing. It just wish it had a better story mode, you know what I mean, or some mini games and stuff like that. But yeah, tell me your top 10 favorite Dragon Ball games of all time. I'm sorry if I made you feel sad at the beginning of the video. I'm just an honest guy, man. I feel like my life would be easier if I lied, or I was just, you know, fake and just pretend to act like a person I'm not. But it is what it is, man. And I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I hope that I'll feel better and everything works out, man, because I don't want to lose friends or anything, but that's just sometimes how life goes, man. So yeah, SonTj, peace, love you all.